Hello, my name is Gretchen Ormsby, and today I'm going to be discussing visual impairments, especially based off the readings. So the definition is a visual impairment, including blindness, means an impairment in vision that, even with correction, adversely affects a child's educational performance. So this includes partial sight and blindness, which visual impairments can lead to blindness, but it also includes it. So how common are visual impairments, you might ask? Well, they are very common, especially as we get older in life. But here's some cool statistics. 455,462 children have vision difficulty. So that's basically children who have serious difficulty seeing even with glasses. So you see a lot of these children around today. 42,000 children have a severe vision impairment, so they're unable to see words and letters in ordinary newspapers as well as just normal handouts. 61,739 children in an educational setting are legally blind. So that can even include those students who have glasses. Some of them are considered legally blind. In addition to these facts, 2,799 children between the ages of 3 and 5 have visual impairments, and ages 6 to 21, there are 24,944 children with visual impairments, and I guess young adults. So there are many different types of impairments, so we are going to go through those now. So hopefully I'm saying these correctly, but it's strabismus, which is where the eyes look in different directions, and so they can't focus on one single point. So you can see that here. It looks as if it's an older man, and so it's even dominant even as an adult. And then we have congenital cataracts, which the lens of the eye is cloudy, and so that can be one or two eyes, but here in this example, it is just in the one eye. Next, we have retinopathy of prematurity, which is a rare inherited disease that slowly destroys the retina. So here is kind of where, an eye begins, and then we have this disease forming right here. And then as this disease goes, it is reaching toward the color in the pupils, and so it's finally reaching and starting to attach, and then it's finally, I guess you could say, attacking or even destroying. So here is a quick video of additional information.
Retinopathy of prematurity, or ROP, can occur when a baby is born early. It develops when normal blood vessel growth stops in the retina. Disrupted blood vessel development may spread throughout the retina, causing scarring and bleeding that may lead to retinal detachment and result in vision loss. Treatments include laser therapy or cryotherapy. Both halt the growth of abnormal blood vessels. Most children with ROP recover with no lasting visual problems.
To go on, there's coloboma, which the portion of the eye structure is missing, and so there's many different examples, but this is a common one that I found. And then there's optic nerve hypoplasia, which is caused by underdevelopment in the fibers in the optic nerve. This affects depth perception, light sensitivity, and acuity of vision. And so it's hard to tell. I couldn't find any of what you will see from the eye, but this is what it would look like. And then we have cortical visual impairment, which is caused by damage to the vision-related part of the brain, but not specifically the eye. But this is an example of a child who has this impairment as well as a possible another impairment in addition to that. And there's so many other impairments, And so here's just a couple that I found. So some of them are very distinct, like we just talked about, but some people still ask, or might ask, does my child or student have a visual impairment? And so some signs to look out for are the eyes don't move together, they're cross-eyed, and there's many different ways to be cross-eyed, in or out, flutter side to side or up and down, and unfocused. Eyes that bulge, dance, or bounce, unequal sized pupils, repeated shutting or covering of one eye, unusual degree of clumsiness, frequent squinting, blinking, eye rubbing, or face crunching, holding things close to the eye or sitting too close to the TV, as this picture shows, and avoiding tasks that require good vision. And there's a couple other examples that I've seen where I've seen students kind of lean more closer and tilt their ear so that they can hear better. That way their hearing sense can dominate their visual sense, if that makes sense. So as a parent, friend, and educator, what are some things that we can do to help these people? So first off, encourage curiosity. Let these people explore life. Don't limit them. Next, we need to adapt the home and classroom. Make it an environment where they can move around. So not a lot of clutter, actually try and eliminate all clutter. We need to also consult with others about the specific visual impairment. So there's a lot of specialists, parents, IEP, special educators, and so many others. Just ask about that impairment and how you can best help them. Use brightly colored items. In the PE classroom, we've actually used, like during an activity like bowling, we've used brightly colored balls like neon, yellow, bright green, different colors like that. And then the pins actually had sand in them so that when they were hit, they could make noise. So there were just a couple examples of, how to use different items to help these students. In addition to that, make sure the environments are safe. Again, try to eliminate clutter in the classroom so they're safe. Talk often and out loud of what is happening in the surroundings. So this can be like saying, "Hi, I'm right behind you. We are going to be walking over to the flagpole to say the Pledge of Allegiance," or whatever it might be. But ultimately, you need to ask them how you can help. Don't just assume they need help. So I found this video on YouTube of a blind man, and he gave a couple tips as well of how we can help.
So a question I get pretty often is this: what do you do if you see a blind person out? I mean, do you offer your help, or what do you do? For me, I think what it comes down to is you need to sit and watch for a second. I think you need to see if there's any familiarity that this person has with the intersection or with the building or with wherever they are. And if you just watch for a second, I think you'll see it. And if not, believe me, they'll ask for help. I do. I have no problems about asking for help, If I'm lost, I'll just be, "Excuse me, where am I?" For instance, I was lost one day, and I actually had to ask someone that question. I heard somebody walking by, and I said, "Pardon me, excuse me, can you tell me where I am, please? What street's ahead of me? What street's behind me?" They were very helpful, and they told me. "Do you need a hand?" No, I'm cool. I know to go to the end of the block. I'm all right. Thank you very much." Done. However, if I do need help, don't surprise me, announce yourself a little bit. Just don't come up and grab my arm. It's a little scary like that, and I'll grab onto you, and I'll just walk with you. I can feel you walk up and down stairs, up and down curbs, everything. So if you grab me and we walk next to each other, I have no idea what's coming. So it's just easier for me that way, so I'll just grab onto you. So that's called sighted guide. That's what we call it in the business. Oh, so you're taking B-roll. I can take a little Instagram.
So that man, he has other videos about how to use technology when you have visual impairments. and different videos to help those who know people who have visual impairments. So the last thing is here's the website that I used to present my PowerPoint, and there's other information on here that I didn't talk about. Oh, sorry, went the wrong way. So we have like how do they learn, working with the community, and so on and so forth. But thank you for listening in. I hope that you learned a thing or two.